thought let's actually try to do something interesting, which is none other. Let's actually dive into Charles Lee Ray's new TV show. But since we already jumped from season 1 to season 2 already, we might as well actually see how this plays out. And of course, if this does good, we have good ratings, I maybe will actually take 2 weeks and look at the first season. But anyways, with that said, let's get on with what we gotta talk about, which is, of course, Season 1, Episode 2, Halloween 2. Alright. So, as you can figure, it's been months and months past. The meddling kids, well, one of them has been moved a few cities away. Another one actually got a foster parent who lives in the same city. And of course, Lexi still has her mother and sister, the one that's the luckiest of them all. But yeah, too bad her ex-boyfriend and cousin to the main character, he is been marked as the person who did all those murders, even though it's like, but if he was in the back, dead before any of the murders happened, how can you blame him for those murders? Apparently they blame him for those murders. Like what? He's Jigsaw and he had knives underneath the seats, and when he was able to pull a certain string, he's able to activate them. Then doesn't that mean that almost everyone who was sitting in the seat in a certain moment would get killed? I mean, everyone, whatever. So we see that they're back in Halloween, and I should know his name, but oh well. He gets to have a little brother that he's actually watching out for, Gary. And of course, well, we also see what happens to the truck, and there's 72 of them. Wow, 72 of them plus Tiffany. And he took them all off, took them, most of them out by the gorge. And we all believe that Andy is dead, but personally I believe Andy might be alive. So we'll just have to see. And I would just put it here, why not? I wish De Silva shows up again. Someone already told me that they wish that the little soldier that was going to be Chucky's bro, and oh my gosh, I said his name, his bro form, he would come back too. Yeah, I wish almost everyone comes back in their soldier form. It's like they served, they came back, they still have PTSD because of what he did back in the day, and well, they now band together to take down his army full of little ones, which, well, they took them out, but wish they could actually have allowed it to be that type of showdown where he has a place he's gonna go. He goes to this factory, and in the factory is De Silva and everyone else, and they just straight up open fire in the truck and everything. That would have been awesome, but well, you know, we don't get to have nice things. So he came back. We have this little kid who's a brat. It's like, who's this little kid being a clown, thinking that, oh, he's scared of you because you're a clown? Man, no, you're creepy and everything, which thank goodness we don't know who you are, because your mom deserves to get notified that you might be actually maybe gonna get messed up in years later to turn into a messed up psycho. Of course, Charles calls them. You should have recognized his voice, number one. Number two, why are you answering the phone on an unknown caller? I'm just saying, this is days of where the telemarketer is showing up. There's like a 1% chance you actually get someone who is calling, and it turns out it's because of a wrong number. 1% chance at most. There's no freaking way. So it's a call back and forth. He does call Dylan. I think, no, his name is Dylan and the other guy's name is, oh well, anyways. The other one gets called too, and then eventually get to the point of where it's a 3-way call, and then all of a sudden, well, he's actually at Lexi's house, and well, oh good lord. So, wait, Zach and Dylan. I think that's it. Well, anyways, the other one decided to call, right? He decided to call them, call the police and not keep his name, even though they know his name somehow. I guess they traced his call, whatever. So lo and behold, he's somewhere, or he already ducked out. We don't know. It's kind of weird where it's like, okay, so how did he duck out? Because it's like he went, maybe he's going to do another bed stab part 2, or he went into the closet. There's no way how he could actually got out of the freaking room at all, unless we didn't notice that he got out of the room. So the police came, they stayed. Lexi moved on from with one boyfriend to another boyfriend, apparently. Yep, that's messed up. But it's been a year, so I guess that's okay, I guess. But of course, well, Lexi did not care about the DARE program, and we'll just leave it at that. But it's kind of funny that you could actually add the whole thing of, man, girls take a long time in the bathroom getting ready to, you know, go out in the world or going out into town. Okay, so the 2 arrived in the house, and now it's all 3 of them. And of course, don't forget that during that time, we also had Lexi's sister getting some therapy with the 2 in there, the mom and the sister. And this therapist, which is the main reason why this video exists, is that the therapist, there's something up with her. So you're telling me she is a doll collector, and she's giving this rare doll, which is like, oh great, it's a rare doll that somehow Tiffany got. How did Tiffany buy that doll? And if it's still rare that you can actually go nuts over it, why didn't Tiffany, well, I think it's still rare. So that means that Tiffany just screwed herself over to keep that doll, then I get out of that freaking trailer park. It's like, yeah, I mean, what, doll 10,000, 20,000, 30,000? Pretty sure you could have got out of that damn freaking place and got your own small house, but instead you stayed with that rare doll. I guess it became rare, but even so, it's like, how did you get that rare doll? How? Anyways, so the lady actually says how rare it's rare, and she decides to give the kid the doll, which is like, it's rare and you're using it for therapy purposes. Why in the world you're risking your rare doll? What the freak? And of course, like I said, Tiffany had that doll. That actually is a doll that Tiffany possessed. So it gets even more crazier, being like, so is that doll also possessed as well? Not to mention, since Tiffany did show up at the end of season 1, and now in season 2, does that mean she found a 3rd doll? No. Okay, we don't know if that doll is also the doll that we saw in Cult. So it could be the same doll, but it's like, didn't they give that kid in that doll? Yeah, that confused me. But even so, it's like, that could be the doll that we saw in Cult. Or it could be a new doll, which means now she took 3 rare dolls and made makeovers for them. And then we have this 4th doll. It's like, it's getting completely crazy here. Who gave you that rare doll? Apparently she had that for quite a while, so there's no way how Tiffany gave her that doll. There's no way. So, okay. So yeah, here's the now freaking thin line of being like, the therapist is so with them. Yeah, here's like number 1 of the, oh, what a coinky dink. So they took the doll with her just to make sure that the fear of dolls is taken away. And then of course we also have the news conference, which took an evil turn because this guy was really trying to hammer in some paparazzi stuff, and it's like, dude, really? And she got ousted as the mayor, which is like, noted, kind of noted. She's not really that awesome of a person, noted. But yeah, now she's still gonna run for mayor for the 2nd time. Good luck, I guess. All right, then after that, that's when the 2 arrived, and before that, she did do the check of knocking that doll out. Since there's no blood or anything, that means that she's not active or she's not possessed. And then they tied the doll down, but her little sister, for some reason, cut the doll open, and now she's sleeping in her bed, which makes you have some red flags there, being like, Is she already possessed? Did she already transfer her soul into the little kid? Is she gone and compromised or what? It gets very like, don't know. It's like, yeah, we don't know what the twist is on this one. But anyways, in the morning, they were still there. And lo and behold, our poor little Gary came with Charles. And he has a homemade explosive device. It's just like, what the frick? Mr. Demolition Specialist, apparently? What the frick? It's like, yeah, if you're able to do that, then why didn't you already have some explosive things that happen? It's like, you should have already exploded a few people by now if you had that know-how. But anyways, he brings them in. He has again, and oh note, the little girl put Belle is her name before turning Tiffany in the kitchen or dining table, which I'm like, I blame his death on the damn psychiatrist. The damn therapist deserved that blame for that damn death. But anyways, so everyone's down there now except for Lexi, who decided to get a little bit, I'm gonna get censored by YouTube. Yep. And she's been up there for a long while. Then as soon as she came down there, I think that, Dylan or whoever took a freaking taser, tased that bro, and he flew, and then the bomb is on the floor, and then it's like as if it's football. Gary took the interception, run for it, and lo and behold, there's the doll right there, and that spooked him. And then Charles is like, I gotcha, and set off the explosive. So only Gary got destroyed. So here we go with number 2. Yeah, let's say number 2 of this freaking therapist is shady. Pretty sure she most likely is in on this shit too. Where she, along with some dude, law officer, judge, lawyer, prosecutor, I don't know. Gary's foster parents are truly distraught over this. If you're truly distraught, how in the world did he actually sneak out of the damn house? Sorry, but it has to be mentioned. There's no way how you guys are still alive right now and Gary is dead. Y'all two should be dead as well if you're that protective over Gary. Just saying. So let's see. So that means that now she, instead of actually being juveniles going to prison, she decides to intervene, the therapist, and said, I know a place where they can go that will help them. And lo and behold, is the place where Charles Lee Ray stayed as a freaking teenager. So, coincidence number 2 of, dude, there's too many coincidences. It's like, yeah, this is coincidence number 3. First, she talks about the whole thing of you need to have a doll. Number 2, somehow you magically have the doll that actually will turn into Tiffany. Number 3, you're suggesting them to go to a place that Charles Lee Ray hung out and most likely is camped out at. The fuck? So it gets very messed up where it's like, in the end of it all, the freaking therapist is shady. No idea if she has a bunch of dolls and one of the dolls talked to her. Yes, she has a Chucky. I said him again. I said that word again. Oh, good Lord. And he spoke to her and most likely threatened her doll collection or some kind of crap. I don't know. Or Tiffany came and Tiffany sweet talked him. But it's like, yeah, but Tiffany's not at his side anymore. So it gets very complicated of, is this just pure coincidence or what? No idea. Yeah, I don't think it's coincidence. There's no such thing as true coincidence of 2 times in a row she's doing something that is in his will. The hell? But yeah, that's how it ends. Now they're in a Catholic school, and they have this creepy song that is from the Elephant Song.